Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we've got Aaron here, who is again from the Off-Road Podcast. I'll leave links up here to the previous videos. We've got the top 5 tools that all off-roaders need. Now, before you go getting bent out of shape looking at this is not like a toolbox tour. By this point, we may have already done that and released it. If so, like I said, I will leave links to it up here, or I'll leave a card for it up there. But these are tools. These are not hand tools like a hammer or a screwdriver or a wrench, but these are definitely tools that off-roaders need. So without further ado, take it away, Aaron.
Yeah, so first thing that you guys are probably seeing are these bright orange pads. These are known to a lot of off-roaders as traction mats, traction pads, traction devices. These are the Max Tracks.
Okay.
And these Max Tracks, you would put them down if you're stuck in the mud, stuck in the sand, stuck in the snow, and you get your tire up on there, and it gives you something to grab onto to drive yourself out. It can be used as a shovel.
Ah, okay.
Good thing. You could stack them up if you got like a crevice you got to drive over or a rock you got to climb. You stack them up and they'll take some weight. They won't take a lot. They're still plastic. I will say that if you watch the video of the Unimog, which isn't a Unimog, I recently took that out in the snow and drove over it all 23,000 pounds, because at that point I had my firewood on me, and drove over and used these things several times.
Wow.
No issue, 23,000 pounds.
So instead of cutting down boughs off of pine trees or tree branches and putting those under your tires, nowadays you use that thing.
Absolutely. Max Tracks.
How much are those, rough estimate?
$300 for a pair.
Can you get those on Amazon?
Yes, probably.
Okay, any of this stuff, I'm going to try to find links. Use my Amazon links in the description. And also, check out Aaron's Off-Road Podcast, links in the description, all his social media.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are cool.
Another thing here, we've got the Yield Come Along.
Yeah.
This isn't rated for much, but I have used this exact tool to slide the back end of my truck around when it was getting a little too tight to a tree. Hooked
Okay.
it up to the bumper, hooked it up to a tree, just yanked it sideways a little. Just need a little yank. I've done that same thing with a ratchet strap on my off-road Beetle. If those of you who follow the Off-Road Podcast know that I built a 1998 Volkswagen Beetle, put a lift kit on it, a homebrew lift kit, 5-inch bigger, taller tires, and took it out gambling in Central Oregon and Central Washington. Had a lot of fun. Got stuck on a stump, used one of these to ratchet, I should say, the front end of the Beetle sideways.
Okay. So those things have a lot of uses then.
Yep, you could, I had the leaf springs go out on my camp trailer. I ratchet strapped the axle to the underside of the camp trailer. I mean, lots of uses for ratchet straps. Don't leave home without them. They're like a zip tie.
When he says camp trailer, that's what he's talking about right there. And we're probably not going to have time to do a video on that, but if there's enough demand, I can always come back and get a video on that.
Yeah, that's pride and joy right there.
Yeah.
I've taken that in a lot of places I shouldn't.
You've had that for years now.
Yeah. Another real important tool is the shovel. This gets the sand, the dirt, the mud, the snow out from under your rig. You're high centered. You ate too much McDonald's for lunch and you got to make a hot pit stop.
Yeah.
You want to bury that stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave it out.
No.
Shovel's a big deal. A lot of people don't go four-wheeling and bring a shovel. This is a big deal.
So you're talking any handle preference, square, circular, what are we talking?
You know, I don't have a preference. I like this one because it's all steel. This is a Fiskars.
Fiskars. Yep.
It's all steel. It's not let me down. I have one time been out wheeling and didn't bring a shovel, and I was using a hatchet to move snow out from under my rig.
Wow.
Not a wise choice. I've heard lots of those stories.
Yeah.
Square point would work well. I see some people that use the stubby ones. That's fine too. It just depends on the size of your vehicle or the storage space you have.
Yeah, I actually have one of those military folding ones in the trunk of my car.
You know, those work good as a toilet as well.
Yeah.
So we can cover that in another video.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
we'll get back to this beast here.
it'll be in the PG-13 section.
This is my recovery gear box. So another important tool. This is super important for more reasons than one. This is a tree saver strap.
Now, what do you call? Now, I see the brand on that box is a Plano. Now, you can also use a cardboard box. If you were in Plano, Texas, and you were using a cardboard box, what would the difference be?
Boy, I don't know.
There wouldn't be any difference. Still just a Plano box. Okay, keep going.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, come for the tools, stay for the comic relief, people.
That's right. So this is a. You zoom in on that tag there.
Hold on,
Can you get
hold
that
on.
action?
Hold on. She can zoom pretty tight. Oh.
ARB tree saver strap.
Yep.
So this has a couple functions. This does not stretch. It's not an elastic strap. Some other straps, I'll show you a rope I have, is elastic. This you wrap around a tree, a stump, a rock, and you connect your winch to this to winch you to safety or into more trouble, depending on how you like to operate.
Okay.
You can't just wrap. You can, but you should not wrap a winch cable, a winch rope around a tree. It's going to damage the tree.
Yeah.
You're going to kill a tree. They're going to shut down trails. That's a bad deal.
We don't want to do that. Even I'm not an off-roader, and even I know that.
Another important thing here, you need a hardy pair of gloves.
Hardy. Ha ha. I see what you did. Harbor Freight there.
That's
don't pay more than $3 for those, folks.
No, please don't.
Yeah.
I throw these in as spares for somebody who doesn't. I'm a big fan of the Atlas Nitro gloves. These are on me almost.
Yeah. Used to use those for I used to use those for gutter cleaning. Those are good ones.
You want to wear gloves to protect your hands. A lot of people run steel cable. There's steel cable on the come along.
Sure.
This is an old. I replaced the winch cable in my pickup truck a while back. This is what's left. I'm using it as an extension. D-rings. You gotta have D-rings.
D-rings. Hold on, let me get a good shot of those. Yeah.
And it's important to know the working load limit on these.
Okay.
WLL, working load limit, 9.5 tons.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's a big deal.
That'll get it.
That'll get it. That's right.
It's important.
I also flopped out here. This is like this. These are the exact same tool.
Okay.
This one, working load limit is 32,000 pounds.
Oh wow.
This is a big boy.
Yeah.
Synthetic, so it should float in the water. If something breaks and this goes flying and whacks you, it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
I carry lots of D-rings just because I'm a kitchen sink kind of guy.
Yeah.
I bring it all.
I can relate.
So back here, this is called a Snatch Block. Got a couple more right here, Snatch Blocks. Let's see here. I think these are, there we go, max load. 17,600 pounds max load.
Okay.
This is a 10-ton snatch block, which is not much more than 17,600 pounds. This is military grade. I'm sure you can put a lot more than 10 tons on it.
Okay.
But these allow you to connect your winch rope to your tree strap through a snatch block and back to your rig, and it doubles your pulling power on your winch. So your 10,000 pound winch just turned into a 20,000 pound winch.
Right. Yep.
Big deal.
Physics, folks. Physics.
Last couple things here before we shut her down.
Oh wow! Look. Oh. Look at this. Top 5 free things. Harbor Freight. Link up here. Card for it.
That's it. Right here.
The free tarp.
Free tarp. I've got about 3 or 4 of these free tarps.
Yep.
One in my camp trailer, one in my truck, one in my recovery gear. You lay this bad boy down on the ground, and you don't have to roll around in the mud.
Yeah.
Big deal. Last thing I want to show here, I'd mentioned how the tree saver strap wasn't elastic. This bad boy is elastic. This is a Bubba rope. There's different brands of these things out there. 20 feet long, 7/8 diameter. Let's see if I can find the break strength. The breaking strength is 28,600 pounds. So you hook one of these to the stuck truck, one of these to the not stuck truck, and you don't just gently tug at it. You get a running start at it, like
right.
10 to 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, the rope takes up the
abuse.
Yeah, the abuse. There's a channel out there. The guy's out in down there in Long Beach, Washington. If I think about it, I'll roll on a link for his channel up here. The guy's a heavy tow truck driver, and he uses those ropes to get people out of the sand.
Oh, it'll recover out of the sand like nobody's business.
That's the best way to do it.
In fact, I've had my Stewart and Stevenson Unimog style Army truck recovered by a vehicle that weighed 5 times less.
Wow.
20% 20% of what my vehicle weighs.
Yeah.
Using this exact rope, he pulled me out of a snowbank.
He's talking about the Unimog out there. Well, it's called a LMTV, but we already did a video on that.
Check out the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much else to cover here. Leather gloves are important. This is a fin fiddle. Can't remember. This lets you splice if you break your winch rope. Lets you splice that. So there's just a few top 5.
Top 5, quote unquote. We always like to give you more than 5.
Yeah, don't wanna stop. It's hard to stop.
Yeah. Okay, well, like I said, check out the description for Amazon links and links to Aaron's social media and to the Off-Road Podcast. Make sure you check those out. And until then, ta-ta for now.